9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome to Giant TV, and really glad you could be here. I'm Paul Hitchcock, the founder and president of Giant Jacks Media, where we help others with their sales, marketing, branding. And I do this show every week. Usually it's on Tuesdays, 1 p.m. California time, but I was traveling, so I'm doing it today. And the reason I was counting down is because, and this speaks to the issue at hand, restream and live streaming when you're streaming. Can take a few seconds for things to click in when you first start, and I can't stand those countdown timers where 30 seconds I just go insane watching that. So I just figured I'd count down myself, let everything set up here, and really fired up for this episode. And I'm just going to get into the weeds. It's involves LinkedIn Live, Restream, and the process that I use behind it, how to hook it all up. And I'm going to show you step by step how to do it, share my screen. And so let's get started. Okay, I'll get rid of that dancing at some point, update that video. Yeah, and just I don't know if you can see this. I'm back in the office, and I just put a video out today about collaborating around people in person. So awesome to be here back in our Southern California office. You can't see that. I'm kind of in conference room here, but it's beautiful outside. Okay, let's get into this. The meaning behind the shows, using Restream, doing LinkedIn Live, and I just want to give you the background first. So this is about virtual events and using the LinkedIn event feature, using LinkedIn Live, obviously integrating Restream. And the deal with virtual events is it's a great channel to build authority and engage with your prospects. And this is something that I coach everybody I'm working with is to create your show. Think about a episode show that you create where you're providing high value content to your audience. Know your audience, know what challenges, opportunities they're dealing with, and speak to them. And that's your show. And that's a deep dive conversation about creating your show. I have other videos on that, but the point is, you want to create an event that is consistent, and you sort of have the same time that you do it, and you just build this identifiable process into the growth of your business. It's an awesome channel. Everybody's online today, and it's exploding. So why you do these events? Because you got to stand out, especially if you're in competitive industries like a business coach. That industry has exploded. And but really all of us need to stand out from our competition, and the virtual events separate you from everybody else. It's unique. If you do them right, then you're building yourself up as the expert in your niche. I work with a lot of Vistage chairs, for example. These are coaches of CEOs, facilitators, and they need to dominate their geographic region. And so these events are great to just keep doing them, and and uh, and getting in front of your community and your geo, and building out your expertise. And so uh, just it's virtual events are one of the 5 key elements of building a business that I just for me are foundational components. So let's get into how you execute on this now that you know the background. Okay, first of all, if you don't have LinkedIn Live, apply for it. Now this process, I'm going to focus on LinkedIn Live, and maybe some of you on here have it, maybe some don't. but you just Google apply for LinkedIn Live. There's a brief application, submit that, and it's kind of wonky how you get accepted. I mean, some clients have been accepted within weeks, others it takes months, and you just don't know. But it's, kind of in a quasi still rollout phase. But apply for it, get in there. And so you got to have it. And when you're doing LinkedIn Lives, LinkedIn requires you, the whole process requires you to have a third party platform in order to stream live. So you can't just do it, on the LinkedIn platform. And that's where Restream comes into play. I love Restream, have had it for quite a while. They, are constantly upgrading it, and they just did a big upgrade in the last month. I've been testing it, but I'm an expert at Restream. I've spent hours and hours and hours, uh, you know, doing my own shows, testing it, and talking with support. And it's highly technical the way you do these shows, and so you just got to know what you're doing. Of course, I had the fails early on where, I was doing a show, no sound. I screwed that up. So it was, the silent movies. But so get LinkedIn Live. Now, once you have it and you've got your content, you want to put out there, here's the process that I use. And I'm going to focus now here on this pre-recorded event. So I will record an episode. So I've got a couple of live shows I do. Giant TV, which you're on now, and then there's Wealth Protector TV, where I'm doing this for a big law firm, and we will record episodes ahead of time. So if there's guests on the show, we'll Zoom it. Sometimes like this, it's me talking and sharing, but typically we'll record it and edit in-house that video so it looks nice, brand it, edit it, and we have a whole show format we do. And um, and that's the first step, is get that done. And then when you're doing these on Restream, so now you have your video that you recorded, your show, you're gonna send it out. You want to create a thumbnail. Excuse me, allergies down here, but you want to create a thumbnail on Canva, and I'll show you why in a minute here. So you're going to create a thumbnail that is going to be a little marketing piece, marketing collateral for the show. And then your next step is you want to upload your video to Restream with the thumbnail, and I'll show you that in a second here. So you're going to just download the video, upload it to Restream, and then you're going to have your thumbnail in there, and I'll show you why. You're going to be, what I do is I stream to LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. So Restream allows you to hook up multiple accounts. Those are the three main ones we use. It's a Facebook company page. And now that you've uploaded the video, you've tied in your accounts, you're now going to invite people to your LinkedIn event. So you're going to invite your community through the LinkedIn event. Again, I'll show you in a minute here how to do that. You're going to invite your community through email nurture. This is what I do. Is we have an email process to get people to show up to these events, and we collect emails along the way and have a big email list. So we're constantly nurturing with valuable content. So we're inviting that way too, marketing, hype in the show. We're also automating direct messages to our first level connections on LinkedIn. So we have a tool for doing that. And I don't know, maybe you use automation or looking into it. Automation is wonderful, and the tools are awesome today. So um, we automate the direct messages out, and then I mentioned this is when you're using Restream and you're putting out the content, whether it's pre-recorded video or you're doing live like I'm doing now, the episode will automatically be uploaded to your channels after you're done streaming. So in my case, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook, it'll just automatically post. It's why you've got to be careful when you're doing this not to upload videos to YouTube ahead of time, because they're going to be posted to those channels anyway, so that you'll have duplicates. So this is just broad brushstroke, the process. Now, let me show you this. Okay, so here's Restream. And when you go into your Restream account, this is what you're going to see, sort of the home screen, right? And what you want to do to upload the video is you see this cloud here. This is the cloud storage. And so you click on that. And by the way, and this is brand new, this whole look of it, they just upgraded this. But you click on the cloud storage and it takes you here. And you can see I have some uploaded videos. So you can pre-upload videos, but this is where you upload. So you just upload it here. You can upload it from Dropbox and your Google Drive. And so it doesn't take long. You upload the video and it's in there. So then the next thing you want to do is you see this tab here with the star on it. This is the events tab. And so when you click on it, this is what you see. And Restream will show you upcoming events, past events, unless you delete them out of the system. So these are some of the events I've been doing. And you'll see this, and then you'll want to click on Create Event. And when you do that, it brings you to this screen here. Now, this is where you can go directly to create the event in the studio. So this will be you're doing a live event, and you can also do it from Zoom. This gets pretty technical, but you can do a Zoom event and stream it. And then here's the video file. This is where you're doing a pre-recorded video. So live Zoom pre-recorded. And in this case, we're doing pre-recorded. And again, this is new. See this? This is new. They're upgrading right now. This was brand new to me today. So then when you click on pre-recorded, it'll show you your videos, and you'll choose a video and you'll hit next. Okay. So remember, you uploaded that. This is what you see once you do that. And this is where you put in the title, description, the date, of course, make sure the time zone's right. And this is where you upload your Canva image. And the reason all of this is important is this is what people are going to see on the event. So Restream's automatically going to create the LinkedIn event, which is a new feature. You used to have to go in and create the event separately, but now you do this, whether it's a live event or pre-recorded, it'll automatically create an event on LinkedIn. Really, really important step to understand there. And this is what people are going to see. So think of this much as you would think of an email. You want to get people excited to see this. Like excited to open an email. How do you do it? Have great subject line. So make sure your title is catchy. And then in the description, is the more you can tell a story of the value people are going to get from this event, the better it is. Because you don't want it to be dry. This event is about taxes. You got to, there's copywriting that goes on here and storytelling. So got to be creative here, and you have a lot of room to craft a good story here. There's a lot of room to do that. And the image, Canva image, goes here. Click next. When you do that, this is what happens. This is on LinkedIn. Now, if you haven't used the LinkedIn event feature before, you just go to your LinkedIn site and look on the left-hand side, sidebar, page down, you'll see the event section there, and it's awesome. It's just an awesome feature. It used to be an in-person kind of platform. Now it's online, and they just ramped it up. And this whole look has changed. This whole thing here is new. And so this is what happens here. And I want to talk about this LinkedIn event feature for a minute. So this is the Canva template. So you can see why that's important. If you don't have one, this is just going to be a blank nothing. And so you want to have this in here and, make it colorful, because people are going to see this. When you invite them and go to this, they go to the site, this is what they're going to see. So you want, I use bright colors and try to make it pleasing to the eye and just make it very evident what this is all about. Now, what happens here, interesting features here. First of all, people are pulled in to the event, so you can see who's expressed interest in the event, and you can invite people right from this portal. So you click on invite, and you can invite your first level connections. So identify your top prospects, and you can invite and just go crazy with the invites. You can invite up to, LinkedIn says 1,000 people per week, and that seems to still be the case. So you just, invite, and when you click on here, you can bulk invite people, and you can actually do a bit of a search. If you wanted to invite an industry group, from your first level connections, let's say, your industry, you want to invite mortgage brokers, you can pull up that industry. All of your first level connections in that business would be there, and you can kind of bulk invite them to the event. And maybe you've seen an invite that you've received on your own, you know how that shows up, and you click on it, and then it pulls you over into this portal. So you can do that. And here, this is interesting. New feature is networking. So in the networking tab, everyone shows up there that has expressed interest in the event, and you can communicate with people through the event here in the networking section. And and you can see comments, and people can, you have these things we've all seen before here. They can click on. Um, but so this whole area is new here, and these events don't delete after you do them. They stick around, so you can network with people as a follow up as well. So this is what the portal looks like, and um, and it'll also, when you create the event on Restream, it will create a post in your news feed, and people can see it, and they can sign up right there. There's a sign up link in the post feed, and so they can sign up there. And what's interesting is when you do go live, the what happens is this banner here will, as you know, because you're here, will flip to the live show. So it's playing live in this portal. It also is playing live on your LinkedIn um, profile. I'm actually looking at mine now, root profile. So you can't see mine, but I'm now have my LinkedIn on my mobile phone, and it's playing my live show. My banner on my mobile phone on my personal profile has flipped to the live show. So very, very interesting. Really cool how that happens. And that's how people are going to see it. Now, this is the studio stream. So this is what the studio looks like. So this is what I'm looking at as I'm broadcasting. And this is without me sharing the screen. And so in Restream, this is where you go when you're broadcasting. So you have your account set up here, go live when you're ready, and over here you can do some cool things. You have graphics, logos. You see a logo up here. You also have captions. You see a caption down here that I added, and which uh, reminds me to let you know that if you do have questions on anything I'm talking about here, book a call with me this way. Text Giant Call to that number. You can find a time. Always love sharing and getting into details. I can't go into every single detail here. You may have specific questions on your own scenario, so do that. Book a call with me. But yeah, and you've got chat feature in here. And so now, if you share the screen, this is what it looks like. So you've got your buttons down here for video, audio, share screen. And as I'm sharing the screen now, this is what I'm seeing. So I see what I'm sharing. I'm on the side here, got my logo up here, and so you're able to have this view as you're streaming. Uh, Now, if you did a pre-recorded video, you don't have to be inside the studio. You know, you can be on LinkedIn and you can be engaging on LinkedIn through the networking feature in the event portal as your live stream is going on. So it's really cool that way. And make sure, yeah. So this is what it's going to look like, and I would say that, the takeaway here is, as I just highlight this, is embrace virtual events. Make it part of your process to build authority and engage with prospects. You got to be consistent with it. Do it over and over and over. So once you have your content down and you know what your show's going to be, then you're going to stream it and you're going to go on multiple platforms. I don't know what your audiences look like on the different platforms. We're big on LinkedIn, but you tie in your platforms and you're educating, you're helping people, delivering value and having calls to action to get networked with you, and just do it over and over. And then you have valuable recorded content that goes up in your library, which is YouTube, which then you can repurpose over and over and over. I mean, you may have prospects you're talking to that have questions about content you delivered. Now you can go to YouTube and send them the link, saying, "Hey, I did this great live show. Check it out." And also, um, something to think about is when you're doing these live shows, always know who your top prospects are. Have that list so you're inviting them in the ways I described, but then also you're tagging them strategically. Because remember, this will create a post in your newsfeed. Go into the post and leading up to the event, tag your top prospects in the post, 4 or 5, a day or 6, so that your top prospects are getting alerts to your content and they're actually seeing it, because a lot of people put out content like this and other pieces of content, nobody sees it. And so tag, repurpose. I'll use this for a follow-up blog that I send out to my huge email list, so they'll see this live, this recorded show once it's done. So hope this helps a little bit. Broad brushstroke on Restream, getting it, how it integrates with LinkedIn. Get on my calendar if you have any questions, and thanks for being here.